Give him a tardy slip.
Who's giving the pledge and stuff, Charlene?
No, Annette. Annette
Planning and zoning.
Oh, okay.
Crowley. Oh,
You need a motion for that, or are you just gonna do it?
I'm just gonna do it.
the Crowleys. Annette's gonna do the... What are you looking for?
Well, they're,
Here.
Sorry, we'll
I
share.
need a cheat sheet.
No,
That's why
okay.
I always copy
We're
them and
okay.
bring them.
How you
Hey,
doing, Cleve?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Okay, Heather, are you ready? Please? Matt?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, Jim?
Yep.
Matt, are you ready? Dave, are you ready?
Yes.
Jim, are you?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Annette Crowley.
Okay. Matt, Crowley?
Yeah, Annette Crowley.
Just Annette, because I'm not sure if I'm saying
All
the
right.
last name right. Just Annette.
Okay, all right. All right, we'll go ahead and call the Parowan City Council meeting to order for April 8th, 2021. We'll go ahead and turn the time over to Annette for the pledge and the prayer. So if I can get you to come up to the podium, please.
Our dear Father in heaven, we're thankful to meet tonight together. We're so grateful for our beautiful city and the free land that we have to live in. We're grateful for those who lead us in this community, and we ask that Thy Spirit may attend them in the decisions that they need to make. We ask Thee at this time that we will have peace and agreement, and that things will go well this evening. We also petition Thee for rain in our mountains and our valley that may sustain us through this year. We're grateful for all that Thou givest to us, and these things we pray and thank Thee for. In Thy Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you,
Annette, thank you.
Thanks, Annette.
All right, at this time, is there any conflict or personal interest with any of the agenda items from the council?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So at this time, we'll go ahead and open the meeting up to any public comment, if anybody has anything. If you want to come up to the podium, if you'll state your name.
I'm Charlene Decker-Chatterley, and I just have a concern. I was talking to Stacy earlier. I've talked to David about this before, too, about when I moved back down here. When I go to 200 South, especially in the summer, I can't see around the corners because the grass is so high and the trash trees are just taking up all the view, and you have to pull out so far, and people are coming down that street 40, 45 miles an hour, and it's really scary. And so I called the city, and I said, and they told me from people's private property to the ditch is their responsibility. And, you know, a lot of them are taking care of that. Not all of them, but some of them are. And I said, well, I'm talking about the ditch to the road. And they said, well, the ditch is the farmer's responsibility. And I said, so I actually talked to Marie Adams, Allen's Marie. I couldn't get a hold of Allen. And she says, you know, I don't know if we even have equipment to clean out those ditches with our equipment. Maybe they do. But then I was able to talk to David when he was running for office, and he says, well, I'll talk to my son, because I called again, and the office told me that UDOT is responsible for that, from the ditch to the road. And so I appreciate that David talked to his son, and they cut it down somewhat. But there are these horrible trash trees, and I love this town so much. I came back here, and I was away for 40 years, and I feel like this is my home. And the people that come into this town from California and Vegas, the first impressions they see of this town is that trashy area to the south. And there's lots and lots of debris that is getting caught in the ditches. I mean, like big containers and balls and everything that's in those ditches. And I just thought if we could just beautify that area as people come into town, it would just do so much good for our city, and I think it would make people have a really positive attitude towards our city. It's just from 200 south, it's up from 200 west to 600 west. I know we can't do a lot about Hollyoak Lane because that's a different situation, but if we could just meet together, the homeowners, the farmers, the city officials, because, I haven't been told what the city officials are supposed to do with that area, and UDOT, and just come up with maybe a plan to make the entrance to Parowan look really nice. I just would really appreciate it if you could consider that.
Okay,
That's all I had to say.
all right.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate it,
that.
thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we'll move into the consent meeting.
You got a public hearing there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forget that one. Let's go by that one. Okay, so we'll go ahead. Do I have a motion to move into the public hearing for Cemetery Ordinance 2021-04-01?
I make a motion that we move into public hearing to hear comments regarding Cemetery Ordinance 2021-04-01.
I second it.
Okay, and this is a roll call, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Patty?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Matt? Aye. Dave?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. We'll go ahead and open it up for public hearing to anybody in the public that wants to comment. Okay, do I have a motion to close the public hearing for comments regarding Cemetery Ordinance 2021-04-01?
I second.
Okay, Patty?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Matt? Aye. David?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right, now we'll move into the consent meeting. Just a note to the council meeting, on agenda item number 3, committee member approval. On A, the planning and zoning, we're not gonna do that one tonight. We're just gonna do, B, the swimming pool committee. So, do I have a motion to approve these items?
I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda minus 3A.
I second that.
Okay, do we have any other further discussion on these items? Okay, first off, I want to just say thank you to Dave and Patty, Molly Halterman, Wendy Lauer, and Rochelle Topham for volunteering for this committee. I think it's going to be a good committee, and we're going to get some good results out of that. So, anyways, with that being said, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we'll move into the action meeting. Agenda item number 4, the Cemetery Ordinance 2021-04-01.
I'd like to make a motion that we delete a certain word in the ordinance. It's in section 13.16.030, titled Purchase of Burial Rights. The subsection A with the item 1 and 2 with it, where it's residents purchase and non-residents purchase, the word pre-purchased, and so it just states that one burial right instead of one pre-purchased. And the reason is to prevent any conflict, any confusion, anything with anybody that may have an existing, burial right, and just know that we're just going to allow one burial right per person, and just maybe kind of make that a little more clear.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I think
I do.
so. Well, I just, one especially, but two, to just make it consistent, where it's, well, where it says "and one." No, only thing change is pre-purchased, just that one word.
The very last
No,
line.
go down in the end of one, right there, that word. Just take that one word out, pre-purchased, and then leave one burial right. On number one, and then on number two, go down to where it says at the top, let's see, one burial right, where it says, after it says, a purchase by non-residents limited to one burial right at the time of need and one burial right. Take out pre-purchase. Yeah, and it says adjacent to the one pre-purchase, so it already describes that that's pre-purchased at the time of need if immediately requested. You don't want to have in case they have one. You just want to eliminate any possibility, that's all.
Okay, I'm not following. In case they have one, you mean as far as if... Okay, this is what we're talking.
Yeah. You never, you're just trying to eliminate any possibility of them having a, so that nobody comes and wants to pre-purchase, say, I can pre-purchase because this provides us to be able to pre-purchase one, even though they may already own one.
I can see in the non-residents, but the residents, you're pre-purchasing anyway. If they approve it.
No.
Yeah, you're allowed to, once we pass this, you're allowed, the residents, to pre-purchase that burial right.
Right, not if they already have one. They can't come and pre-purchase another one.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, but by eliminating pre-purchase, that's all we're doing is eliminating, they can have one burial right.
Yeah.
So I can go in there and buy one burial right. My wife can go in there and buy one burial right. It's redundant, you don't need to say pre-purchase, it just eliminates,
I just don't see the need, but I agree with you on that.
it just cleans it up.
It just cleans it up.
Ticky-tack, but yeah, okay.
It's just like, I have one, and this just eliminates me being able to go in and say, okay, I want to pre-purchase another one. Not in that, they probably would never sell it or whatever, but you never know down the road.
And it limits each person to one burial right.
Yeah.
And that's the thing we want to make sure, because we've got people up there that have 12 plots that are no names to them. This way that they can, a resident can have one burial right.
It's just to clean it up.
Yeah,
It isn't changing one
That's
thing.
what I said, I don't think it's, I don't know where you could go either way. I think that's where
But it's
But I-
always better to have it simple and clear. And so that there's, nobody could ever come and question it, not that anything would happen. I'm sure the staff or Cleve or whoever would never issue one if they caught it. But then if you have somebody that, you just want to make sure and have it clean, that's it.
So you're gonna keep the number one, resident pre-purchase, right? On the very first of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This is the only, see that that is the only word, that one word.
So each individual resident of a household is limited to maximum of one purchase per burial right, is what you wanna say.
Yeah,
No, just one burial right.
yeah, one burial right.
So the whole one,
Pre-purchase is one word.
That's what, that's what.
paragraph 1 and 2, right, Dave?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, to make it
Yeah, I
consistent.
think it's fine. Just
Yeah.
simplifies it.
Okay.
I second the amendment.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Can
Can we go ahead and approve the ordinance?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve.
You've gotta vote on the amendment.
Oh, okay. I make a motion that we approve the amendment stated by David Burton.
And this is where we remove the pre-purchased.
Right.
Okay,
Just that word.
okay.
Just that word in number 1 and number 2, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Go ahead and make your motion your second. I just want to pass this down to make sure I've got it noted,
Okay,
the right wording, or
We
the
got,
right
we,
word.
we have to vote on the amendment.
Right, once you get your amendment voted on.
right. So do I have a second?
I second it.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries.
I move that we approve,
I'm gonna do this. Take those two out.
Okay.
Okay. Works for me.
Yeah, I can go in tomorrow. I can go tomorrow, and I can buy
Okay.
a lot for myself and
Let's see,
Kate, and
man,
then
man,
buy a lot for
okay. Yeah, so you leave
North
one,
one's gone.
just
No
one
more
burial,
side.
yeah, one burial right. And then you come down here and then at the time of need and one burial right.
I will submit this to the recorder so I can make that change if it passes.
Is that all right?
Do you want,
I make a motion that we approve the cemetery ordinance 2021-04-01 as amended.
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Roll call vote, Mayor.
Oh, sorry. Patty?
aye?
Jim?
Aye.
Matt? David?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. All right, we'll go ahead, Park Run Weekly 5K event, Jonathan and Mike, are you on this one too?
Of course, if anybody's running.
Okay, all right. Okay,
So first you have to tell us which Hermanson family you're from.
The right one.
Okay.
Hopefully that.
Definitely a Parowan connection.
Yeah.
I'm okay to take this off, right?
That's okay.
Although I would question who you bring with you, I mean,
Oh, no.
That's why he keeps wearing the mask.
All right. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Can y'all
that
see
didn't
the
bring it up on,
presentation? What's that?
unfortunately, it didn't bring it up on your screen. Oh, you got it up there, okay. And behind you. Very good.
Okay, cool. All right, so we are proposing, we're hoping to start what's called a park run, here in Parowan. And this kind of shows who's on the core team. We got a group of just volunteers hoping to get this started. So there's myself, Mike Robinson, Aubrey Tuttle, Megan Gatlin, Lexi Gatlin, Evan Applegate, Anna Marie Aldridge, and Dan Gray. They've all committed to help get this event going.
Hold on just a second.
Sure.
Is it mic working?
Yeah.
I have a hard time hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. It seems to be working.
I think it's working, yeah.
I'm just deaf, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Well, I think the volume's down a little bit, but it is working.
I don't think it's working, Matt.
Is it? Okay, I have a hard time, so yeah, we're not.
No, it's not.
This one.
Turned up a little bit?
This one better?
Heather, are these on? These don't seem to be on. Can you hear?
Can you hear us?
Here, go.
Yeah, I think the
Okay.
volume's just down on them,
You can't hear mine.
yeah.
We don't want to hear too much.
Yeah.
It just needs,
Struck from the record, right?
Sorry, I just, okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, just to preface all this, so all park runs throughout the United States an international organization that started in England. And there are currently over 2,000 locations around the world that have a park run like this. And there's actually not any in Utah yet, so this would be the first one in Utah, which I think is kind of cool, the mother town of southern Utah. So it's like, okay, we can get it started, and it'll probably spread from here is what I'm thinking. Over 350,000 participants each week worldwide. This is pre-COVID. And their aim is to bring a park run to any area or community that wants one. So I've been in close communication with the organization. I said, you know, this is a really small town. Like, is that okay? And they're like, oh yeah. Like, if you can get a team and you want one, then do it. And so they're all ready to support us in getting this going. They provide all the equipment, the cones, the flags, the cheer, everything like that, the timers. We just need to have a team, which we have. And then after each event, we gather at a local cafe. Just for your information, so as far as what will be on the website, we'll have the Parowan Cafe, but we want to alternate each week to include each of the local restaurants.
Good.
So we have Mario's,
Yeah.
Sweet pea,
Sweet pea.
Mama Lynn, Mama.
Yeah, Mama Lane, that was it. So we'll just kind of switch off each week. So just a good way to kind of involve them in the activity. And all events are insured with a dedicated public liability insurance policy. And then all of the facilities, the sports complex, park, roads remain open for other users. So we're not trying to close other people off from the parks or anything. It's just we'll be there and they'll be there also. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Some benefits for the community: strong social support, performance gain opportunities, socializing, inclusivity, so everybody's included, sense of community, positive atmosphere and accessibility, an increased number of visitors from other towns or countries. So I lived in Baltimore for the last 4 years for physical therapy school, and they had a park run, so that's kind of where I'm coming from. And almost every week there would be tourists from England or Africa that, you know, they'd ask, you know, do we have any tourists today? And they'd raise their hands and we'd all cheer, you know. And so it's likely to bring people, you know, just tourists into town, which is kind of a benefit, increasing tourism. So this is the map that we're proposing, and so we're asking for permission to use this land in this way, and then we'll talk about some possible development that we're asking for. So as you can see, so there's the park right behind the fairground stand. That'll be the start and the finish, and the kind of the main gathering place, more like the socializing area. And we'd like to use those restrooms right there when it's open in the warmer season. But then Evan Applegate has agreed to let us use the restrooms over there for when those restrooms are closed. So it'll run down that dirt road, East 200 North, right there. Let's see, I can actually use a pointer on here, I think. Okay, so it's, oh, that's not what I wanted. Ignore that line.
Take
Is
your
it a
pointer
pointer
and
on
go up
here?
here on the.
Yeah, I've got my pointer. There we are. Okay, you can see that. Okay, so we're coming down the road all the way to the corner. The organization doesn't allow us to cross parking lot entrances or anything, so we're going to cut this corner, and then we want to come up around on this dirt area behind the baseball diamonds. Up around, I'll explain this in a second. Up on this dirt road behind the soccer field to the corner right here, turn around, and they'll come back, and then they'll do it again. And then second time they get here, they'll come up and finish.
So how long is this?
It's a 5K, 5
Oh,
kilometers.
it is a 5K.
Yeah, yeah.
So it has, okay. They asked me how I was feeling, somebody did, and I says, great, I can run a marathon as long as you let me start the finish line.
Right,
So
yeah.
You're gonna let some of us do that? Or?
Sure.
How many
So
people
you're not gonna be.
on average,
sorry.
how many people on average do they see?
So in Baltimore, there were about 30 people each week that would come. There are some locations, like in Africa, that have over 1,500 runners every single week. I don't expect we'll get too big, you know. I would,
If you, I'm just getting this, so
Sure.
like you're going through town, you wanna stop and do this, you can just stop and say,
Yeah.
and go.
yeah, if you've got your barcode,
Got
yeah.
the code.
So a lot of people, when they're traveling the world, you know, they'll just look up a nearby park run and they'll just go hit it on Saturday morning. And so, just kind of a fun thing a lot of people do.
And so you don't cross any intersections or anything, so you
No.
wouldn't require any traffic control?
Exactly, yeah. So it'd be
Okay.
easy to do every single week. One of the requests.
That you ran into a lot of people that just wanted to run as many as they could. That was their goal, was to run
Oh,
every
as they
park run
go.
in a certain area.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
That's a neat
they
idea.
I mean, it's on the website, it'll be on the park run website, so anybody can see there's one in Parowan, Utah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then
Have you,
stop in and go if they wanted to.
have you, contacted Jet, the events planner?
Yeah, I've
And
talked with
just
her
so
about
they
it.
know what, she knows what's going, 'cause she has some events that take place during the year.
Yeah, we
there.
had to adjust a lot of the course. This is version number 14 of the course.
Okay.
Just to avoid events like that would be an issue. And then we are open, like fair weekend, to having like an alternate course
Right.
if it does interfere. I have talked with oh shoot, I forgot her name.
They have a marathon too,
Joyce.
Gale.
that they do.
Joyce Gale, yeah. I have talked with her about it. She doesn't think it would be an issue, the park crossing this area, for 9 o'clock. She said people don't usually come in until like 10:30, so she thinks it will be fine, but we'll see as it gets closer. We might have an alternate course for that day, or for those 3 weeks. Yeah, so that's what we're shooting for. Here are our requests, from you. So Park Run does require that we have written permission to use the land and the roadways. So that's something we're asking here. And then development of a trail area behind the baseball diamonds. This is something I've been talking with Cleve about what we can do. And I'll get back to that last point. So what I'm looking for development, so just to orient you, so this road, this is East 200 North, coming down, Paraguna's back over here. Got the biggest baseball diamond right here. And so we're looking to level and clear out this area. Cleve was saying, you know, possibly.
I met with the, Parks and Public Works Superintendent, and they were excited we could, if it would work for your use, I mean, it'd be real easy, the top part,
Yeah.
to flatten that out, put some gravel on it, but also to do a trail along the bottom side for maybe that's the out, come up on the top for your return. It's up to you guys, but we would, whatever we can do to help, it's real easy to make that happen. Even down along the area, to clear that brush out right along the fence, get a skid steer in there and take 4 or 5 feet of,
That's right.
and then can get some gravel in there and
Yeah, if you're willing, that would be great.
You
You don't need a real super wide.
No. Let's see. This picture kind of shows pretty well, you know, just enough to pass other runners, because you'll be going like both directions.
Oh, that's
Are you gonna want this restricted to like ATVs and things? I mean,
During the race, yeah, I
mean,
would want it
the
restricted.
rest of the time too.
That would-
The reason I say
yeah.
there may be some issue there if them trying.
When we talked about that, we talked about, you know, there's certain areas you could strategically put rocks, barricades, whatever, so that the access to it would be in those limited areas.
Yeah.
But once again, need the ATV to be able to get in there to do the weed spray and a little bit of right.
That's
And-
what I was referring to.
Right.
Cause, yeah.
So, yeah, there would be, and we've tried to do it around the ball fields as best we can, and basically they'll find another route, and we'll try to close that one if it gets abused, but, that was a part of the consideration, and there's ways we could try to mitigate if it does become
Now, this all involves city, the county doesn't need to be involved up there by the,
not that
by the
area.
stables or whatever, okay.
But, John was talking about, Evan having the ability to get gravel, volunteers going out, maybe placing the gravel, getting it compacted. We could prep the area, minimal, once the rock is in, it's there. It'd be easy to maintain, keep it sprayed down, and
Bring something to your attention, I don't know if they've talked to you a little bit about it, as far as the rodeo wanting to open parking on that far side, if we could do that at the same time. You know where they're running out of parking for the horse trailers, the people during the rodeo. So they would be wanting this part right here so they can, cause they're running out of room where they're parking.
Oh, yeah, so that area, yeah, we
So
certainly entertain,
they're requesting if we could help do that, if we did that at the same time,
Right.
that would work out really good.
Justin's been doing a lot of moving of material at trash cleanup, brush, debris, so certainly have to, yep, that's a great plan.
I like it 'cause I can get in and out of my house every week.
Mhm.
Yeah. And we can still watch you from a distance.
Yeah.
It seems to be,
Yeah, man. Join us.
I'll pay money to see that.
So, yeah, so this course just shows where we would need it. Down along the top, along that fence line by the fairgrounds, which there's already kind of a little footpath, but not wide enough.
deer.
And then down kind of where that road intersects by the soccer fields and, right there. And then this is between the fairgrounds, so Valentine's Peak would be up and to the left over here. And so this is just a little rough area that we'd like to get cleared out too, which might need a little more than a group of volunteers. Yeah, so that's it. And then our last request is to close off during that, from 9 o'clock to about 10 o'clock every Saturday. If we can close off this road, the dirt road, to motorized vehicles, just to keep people safe during the event, down to right here, and we'll just have cones blocking off right there. And then Cleve mentioned, like, there's a little gate up there that
There's a gate just south, on that south end that you could certainly shut and open.
Yeah, it should
It
be.
seems to be very low impact with
Yeah.
good return.
Looking to do this year round or just summer?
Yeah, year round, yep. And so, yeah, so the biggest concern I think is mud, and so we talked about gravel, bringing it in. But yeah.
Requesting the city to come in and open it up for the snow and stuff, or is that just, you're gonna use it to just trample the ice down or snow down or whatever? Do you want the city?
I'm picturing more like we'll worry about clearing it off. We have a course crew. Mike's part of the course crew, making sure the course is ready each week. But I mean, if it wouldn't be difficult, that would be great.
Yeah, depending on what the weather event was, yeah.
Yeah,
Some years it wouldn't matter.
exactly.
Some years it will.
Yeah, I think this
And
year there
maybe
would have been 2
you'd
weekends
have
that would have
to
been hard.
alternate your course accordingly, 'cause
Yeah,
down at the bottom, that's gonna be a shaded area on that north slope, so maybe you'd have to do just the top. Certainly address
Yeah.
it as you need it.
so that's not a big request, you know, that we have, but we'd be open. Cool. So any questions, or how do you feel about it?
Kind of exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good
Yeah.
thing.
Great idea.
Good.
Not that I'm a runner.
I know. Walkers are welcome.
Donations to pay to watch for
You're a runner.
Yeah, I'm a walker, but
I think
I
we
walk,
could raise
Yeah.
I walk a lot. I'd love to be off of that track every once in a while and get out into the wilderness and, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's a win-win. You get a track, a really nice area established right there, I think it'll get used a lot more than
Yeah.
just
Yes,
on a
That
weekend.
area
absolutely.
needs.
Think in the future, could you expand it
What do you mean?
Make it longer.
different, longer? Yeah, no, I mean, not longer, but I mean, just
Well,
different.
change the route.
Around and
Uh-huh.
thinking if we could talk to, I don't know, there's different roadways you can go to,
There's some old roads
Yeah.
that are pretty cool out there.
the two tracks and stuff out there,
Yeah.
This was,
Uh-huh.
but you'd have, but there's a lot of private ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
I'm,
could
I mean, I'm
get it
open.
started and then go from there and,
Yeah.
you know,
Wh-
if
one
there's some
thing-
dangerous.
I will point out, one thing I like about this is the social interaction during the event,
newborn.
and that you're passing each other like 3 times, and so you say hi, high five,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So I kinda like the there and back
interaction.
aspect,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, we'd be open to changing.
Okay,
I
like this.
Yeah, Cleve mentioned there's already been some talk about putting in like a community walkway that kinda comes up around the soccer field. I think if that were to happen, you know, like asphalt were put in or something, we'd alter our course to stay on the asphalt right there. But that's something not related to what we're talking about here,
Yeah.
so.
Couldn't they use those restrooms at the complex if they had to, or?
If they're not winterized,
You can't go, yeah, I know, not in the winter, but,
yeah, they can. They're at the fairgrounds.
but you can't cross across that parking lot, so maybe that wouldn't allow.
Well, they'd use the ones behind the grandstands.
That's where everybody's gonna start and finish at everything.
Yeah, right here. Or else over here.
Seven or something.
Which-
Version 7 had us using those, Dave, those restrooms there. The Parkland people didn't want them to cross any,
Okay,
any roadways,
Mhm.
so
okay.
there's no danger of anybody.
Oh, that's kinda,
So they told John, no, we need to find another route that's completely safe.
Well, they could.
Not busy, but
You see where your course is between the ballpark and the racetrack? No,
Uh-huh.
back up here,
yeah.
go right, yeah, keep going, no, right there.
Yeah.
You could go down through
You could
there to those
cut it through a different
restrooms.
direction, yeah.
no, but then you're still, well, I guess.
I mean, just to have access if somebody needed to,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Okay, I
You would-
failed math all the way through school, so could you just tell me how long in mileage this is? Do you know?
How long in what?
Miles?
Oh, sorry, 3.1 miles.
3.1 miles.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Shucks, I can only run 3.
Geez,
Yeah, I can run a lot farther.
Well, if you do it every week, you'll build up endurance, and you'll pick up that extra tenth of a mile.
I might be using this cemetery burial ride.
Burial
I think it's a great idea, and I think
I
we need
think
to
that-
do what we need to do to
Get it.
Would you
help
entertain a
and get it
motion then,
going.
Mayor?
Yeah, I would,
I move that we, approve the Park Run weekly 5K event and fulfill the, request that John and Mike have made and give the support of the city to this event, these events.
Mhm. I second.
all right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thanks,
John-
gentlemen.
Hey-
I
hey,
think this is
John.
a good
Very
thing.
much. Appreciate it.
Wh-
Oh,
What
thanks.
form do they need to have the written permission in? A letter of support from the city signed by the mayor, is that?
Yeah, whatever works. They said even if it's an email that says, I give you permission, so whatever you choose to use.
We'll get you a formal one and get the mayor's signature with letterhead, and then you
Okay.
can,
And then we'll need the insurance policy.
Yeah.
Need a copy of that.
yeah, when
Cool.
they get back into operation, they'll submit all that back.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Excellent.
And we
Cool.
could use donuts.
What's the name of this organization again?
Park Run.
Oh,
Park Run.
that's what it is, Park Run?
Yep, Park Run.
Okay.
Park Run Weekly. This is exciting.
Yeah.
This is
And
cool.
if you do 50 of them, you get one of these cool T-shirts. I actually have
I'm
one.
not doing 50.
Come on, you can do it.
I'll buy my t-shirt.
If you do a 50 runs. Yeah, so I did the one in Baltimore over 50, so I have that T-shirt. And then there's 100 that you get a shirt, a free T-shirt, 250, and then 500. So
You don't have to do it in a certain amount of time or anything.
no,
You just, why they're timing is just basically see if you can improve or.
Yep. Yeah, just self-motivation.
Basically.
Exactly. Yep. So excellent. Thank
All right,
you so
thank
much.
you.
Hey,
thanks, John,
Yeah.
thank you,
Awesome.
thank you.
All right, we'll move on to agenda item number 6, the review of the capital improvement list.
We have that?
This will be, to start with your review, this is the numbers we put together. If there's any item on there you'd like to discuss right now, or if you would like to see additional items, just want you to take a minute and go through those. Next time you'll have a tentative budget to look at.
Are these police radios, is these the
Yes,
800?
they are yeah, we've got the 800 handhelds, these are the vehicles.
These are the ones
Need
that
'em
go in the
vehicle.
vehicles.
Okay,
But it's,
They have to have them.
yeah.
okay, and for the fire department and
Judy did a lot of work of putting together
This is good.
for, for mine and her benefit, to see the goal we're trying to reach. We keep adding that in. That goal, like, say the 1-ton dump truck to replace that old one. The departments that contribute the 5,000 for 2 years in a row, and then we wanted to get to that point of 90,000.
Okay.
So it looks like next year you're looking to get that goal, is that what it is?
Yeah, if this is approved by July, we would start shopping. Because we've already done, last fiscal year, we got 45 collected
And then
in 2022.
the Wildland Fire startup, don't we already have some in it? Is this gonna add
This is
to
just
it?
a carryover, nothing's been used, I believe, right, Judy?
Okay, so we're good.
It's just carrying
That's good.
forward.
Yeah, that's good.
Can you scroll down just a little bit? Is everybody seen down to?
Fence.
Library, the roof and furnace. Imagine that flat roof needing repair. Is this cemetery fence that one you're working on out on the north?
With the grant money that we get from the state, yes.
The
Wrought
one,
iron one.
Wrought iron.
okay.
The metal's been purchased.
For right now, how's that rest of the fence, when are we starting?
Now apparently we have a concrete shortage. They've been cutting back on,
Yeah.
so I was hoping to get started again on that this spring, get some more concrete. All the rock's been purchased, all the metal's been purchased. That's big, so we can just start getting that in and then get
We've got them purchased in here, or just?
purchased and they're here in storage, yep.
Is that rock gonna be to, face those pillars?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
They're actually stored in the building, out of the
Match
weather.
the other,
As close as we could. They're
Yeah.
in one of those airport, yeah.
And is the roof on the library, is it already a single ply, or is it just hot mop?
I think it's a membrane, I'm not sure. I couldn't
Okay.
tell you for sure.
And it just needs repair?
I think there's some repair work that needs to be done, and maybe some work to try to keep it from,
Coming over at the walkway?
yeah, that walkway on the
Yeah.
north side. So if we just turn the building,
Yeah, let's put a roof on it.
you're right.
Yeah,
that rock.
we need to look at that pretty good, 'cause
Right.
that should've never been a problem, but it is.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Is that the end of the fence? Or we still have to go down?
We're gonna go all the way down to the back of this and return.
yeah,
This is your, enterprise funds. A lot of them are,
So this one,
Carry.
the one dump truck, that's a recurring,
that's the recurring one, that's the total 90,000 through
Okay.
all of
So
those.
in each
And plank.
Departments.
Department's falling out.
all the
Yeah.
departments, yeah.
Yep.
So is that the 4-bay well, they're trying to get it going again, or?
The only thing is the Christmas light's not 50,000, it's 5,000.
Oh, where's that?
Oh.
Where's that?
I didn't catch that, pardon me.
Oh, Christmas.
Are you Scrooge?
If we add a decimal in there, it's gonna be, no, that's, speaking with Jeremy, that's,
You're gonna get us on that program where they have that Christmas light competition.
We better win it with that.
And the TA system upgrade, is that the new,
that's to
line.
construct that line out in that area and get
Okay.
across the freeway
and when are we gonna go under the airport? Is that 2 or 3 years away?
yeah.
with the
Isn't
underground
it
part of
24 when they do the runway
Well, I think, in speaking with Jeremy, we've got power on the other side, but going under the 2024 upgrade,
Okay.
yes, that's part of what that's something I'll have to remind Jeremy of, that will be opened up so he can get bigger conduits
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
installed there. That should be very simple to add to that.
and add an extra one.
Yeah, we'll put a couple of,
Expansion.
blanks in there.
Yeah, while you're digging, we gotta do it.
Right.
And then on the solid waste, we're putting 45,000 away each year for,
Yes,
the new
so we don't
truck.
have to borrow from another fund. That's the typical lifespan of them, when they start really breaking down is the 7 years. I think we got 10 out of our last one, pretty close, but,
That's good.
is there anything below the irrigation, Heather? I think that's the end.
So what are they doing that 4-bay well? Just trying to, they gonna re-bowl it? What are they doing?
I don't know, it's just, we're gonna have it examined,
Oh, see what, if there's,
see what the problem
they
is.
even seen what the water, drawdown is or anything?
It's
like that?
very shallow well, I'm not sure, you'd have to talk to Kelly on all that.
What are you talking about on there? What's,
There's a little well that sits right up above the 4-bay, right in the trees, just ahead of the pond. And it's in such a way that if, you can dump it directly into the creek, or you can dump it directly into the pond.
Yeah, you can supplement it.
So it's a simple supplemental well, I think it was put in years ago.
now, or is
No.
it, it's not being used?
It's not being used and it's just not running, so,
We need to have it available.
we need to see what, I know he's scheduled to come. That's an estimate, I have no idea what's wrong, but it is a very small well, it doesn't
Yeah.
produce a lot, but,
It's shallow on that, but
mhm.
these,
But we need it
wells are
operational.
very
And
expensive.
that's the city, or is that the irrigation company?
The
It's
city.
the city's.
Yeah, I think it's both, but, I think we gotta determine what's wrong with it first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if the pumpers have used it in years, because when they use it, they pay the power bill, and if the city uses it, we pay the power bill.
Yeah, it might just be like Dave said, it needs a bowl enhancement, 'cause the new
Yeah.
technology is 100% better, so. But you gotta find out,
Yeah, we've got a guy scheduled.
yeah.
Well, it's right there in the creek, and I don't know.
On that trash truck, how much we get left on that one we're paying on now from the power?
We will pay it off just as this one's,
So we'll be just about
yep,
right then.
yep.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it was Judy, it was 7-year payments. Yeah.
Okay.
Then the sewer auto sampling equipment, is that,
That's for the disposal site, because we have to do, what they call a composite sample, which
before you
means
dump it?
while it's in operation, you have to pull a sample of the effluent and the influent at 4 different times per day and combine them into one sample.
That's what we send to Cedar to get? Or-
Some go to Cedar, some go to Chemtech, some of the others, but the sample has to be drawn, and you can set it up, it just, pulls it out, puts it in a bottle, it has to be kept at a certain temperature. That's in there, that's a wish list, if we continue to use it that way, then it is handy. It's very, very nice, we've seen them in operation at the Cedar lagoons, and they are, they're worth it. These are certainly an estimate. Theirs were a little more elaborate than what we would need, so it's,
But right now, we're having to have somebody go.
yeah, we do hand samples
We're
right
paying
now.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, the guys
4
go out,
times a day,
yes,
Really?
different samples a day,
Mm.
even on Saturday, Sunday?
yes.
Mm.
But I don't think they've been pumping on Sundays and Mondays, or excuse me, Saturdays and Sundays. But while it is in operation, the composite sample has to be drawn.
On that sewer, Cleve, on that fencing, seeding, ground prep, is talking with the county agent,
I was in contact with Randall
Violet.
I gave him some, he requested something from us, he was gonna put in for a grant.
That's what I
I haven't
wondering
heard from
if
him
a-
yet, but this is a, just in case, I mean, we really need to
Yeah.
get going on it. I don't know how that is, but I'm gonna reach out to him, or
Okay.
you can.
Well, I'm just wondering if he might be able to get a grant to offset that, so,
Have we
yeah.
done anything yet this year on that at all, or
Have we what?
have we done anything yet on that as far as the seeding or stuff like that?
No, we're getting, but right now, we're
We
getting
plan to do it for this year, or?
we're getting ready to, fill the pivot tracks that was created last year. We're getting ready, and then we can prep it and get it seeded, and,
That's good.
but he was really excited to
Oh, yeah,
participate in it, so.
I think that's a great
Yeah, that'd be
product he's
great if we can get a
promoting
grant.
that,
Have
what do you call it, Saltlander?
Yeah.
Grass, something?
Yeah, it's
And
something
it's
that's
a
very
cross between that blue
alkali
bunch wheatgrass and that that'd be a great asset to this area, plus, you know, if you can sell that seed.
Right, if it grows
That-
well enough that you could harvest seed.
I think there's great potential for that.
Right,
'Cause it's better, all we've had is this crested wheat, and it's great early, but then late it loses its value,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
any other ones I need to clarify for you? I'd happy to, we don't need any action on this, I just wanted to,
Let us know.
Looks,
or if there's something that,
What's the update on the TA upgrade? Are we getting the power over to them, or are we still
Well, we
waiting?
don't service it, it's.
No, but they want us to.
well,
Well, we want, or Jeremy wants us to.
Well, yeah.
So, well, so when the power goes out, they're still on.
yeah,
Sort of.
we actually,
When we're out there on. What was that glitch last night?
well, we're feeding them via Utah, Rocky Mountain Power, yeah.
So,
He wants to do it, so it's on our grid.
so that we're benefiting from.
Yeah, they're the only ones that, yeah, exactly.
Plus it gives us access to that side of the freeway, which we need
Exactly.
anyway.
For-
So
Which
it's
makes it more valuable.
it's a win-win thing for us. And our meters are on their building, so we need to not have somebody else feeding it to them.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
it's just been a challenge trying to figure out how to get there, get the easements and
Yeah.
get under
Yeah.
the interstate.
Yeah. The return gonna offset the cost of getting it over there,
I think in the area that it's going to, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
or, okay.
They're either our second or first highest customer, usage-wise. And it's big time, it'd make us sick. Well, you have a well, it would make you think, oh yeah. But it's like the farmers are paying, it's megabucks. They
Yeah.
pay, it's really a good customer for us.
Okay.
Good job.
Other than the $50,000 for Christmas lights, I think it looks pretty good.
What's the matter with you, Scrooge?
I am, ask my kids, I'm the world's worst Christmas person.
Noted, I'll make that adjustment.
All right, with that adjustment being made,
Yeah.
all right, we'll move on to reports and updates. Patty, do you have anything?
No, we didn't meet this month.
Okay, Jim, do you have anything?
We didn't either,
Okay.
no.
Matt, do you have anything?
Just one thing real quick, just a question, what are we doing with as far as the League of City Convention, or what are we doing coming up really soon on April 21st, 23rd?
They just sent out a bulletin just today that they had changed. I wasn't gonna attend that, I was gonna do it in the fall if it was.
Okay, so we're just not, probably kinda hold off, I didn't know,
Yeah.
wouldn't mind getting some.
It's kinda been a wait and see, but yeah, it's been rapidly. But I think there is a small amount that if somebody wanted to attend that, we could get them registered.
But were they doing it also
Online,
Zoom,
yeah.
Yeah,
online type thing?
yeah,
Yep.
you could register for some of them.
You have to buy a Zoomer, but you can, you know.
Still have to pay.
That's the only thing I just had on there, is just that, what we're doing on that, if we're going or not.
Okay.
It's too bad it isn't in person, 'cause it is a good thing, but
Some of it is.
Some of
Yeah.
it is in person, I knew that.
It's kinda spread out now, but I'm maybe,
By the fall, it might be.
yeah, hopefully,
Yeah, by
Story.
fall,
Yeah.
hopefully it'll be
they
opened
get,
up.
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Have any of you
real-
been to the spring one,
This is the spring.
mid-year?
This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
I know, but has anybody been to that one to know? Of course, this is different, so.
Cleve and I went to it 2 years ago?
Right.
Was it in St. George?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was at a manager's conference the first of the week, and then I finished up with
Yeah,
Councilman Harris at it.
yeah, and it was good. It's well worth,
Yeah.
if all of us could go, it's well worth it, but the in-person especially.
Mm-hmm.
Just the collaboration that you are able to do with other councilmen and mayors, and it's great.
And the one at Salt Lake offers a lot too when
Yeah.
they go to those. So either one of them are a great,
Salt Lake's in the fall?
yes.
Yeah, that's a really.
seminars that are specific to your assignments, and then if you wanna go over the laws and things that pertain to us, David Church does a great seminar.
I don't know, I think he's since retired, Judy?
Did he? Well, they'll have somebody else, but it's well worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, anytime you do any kind of training, if you'll keep track and let me know so we can get it on our, for the auditors. 'Cause we have to have so much training every year, and yours will count towards that. So anytime you do any of those kind of trainings, you'll let me know.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Dave, do you have anything? Oh, not, I guess we're still trying to get that shade tree committee to where Dell's here, where we could get a functioning committee if we just get the members to show and get people that would participate. If not, then we need to get some people that will,
Okay.
'cause we're just not able to have a quorum to even meet, and
Well, the problem, Dave, is we need the leaves on the tree so we can have a shade tree.
I know, a drought is a hard thing, isn't it? No. Anyway, and then the planning and zoning committee still working on the general plan and their assignments and editing a section every, meeting time and moving forward with that, so hopefully we'll get it. Well, the goal is, what I heard, is to see by the 1st of August.
I think that's
Doesn't
when
it,
you start,
Clay,
I think if all the review meets the timelines, the goals that they set yesterday, probably ready to go to public hearings and everything around the 1st of, in August.
Yeah.
Good.
Couple of those sections may be a little more in-depth.
Right.
They take more than just a 1-week review, but, yeah.
Yeah, it was just kind of a training beginning, kind of a orientation, that first chapter, so hopefully that'll be good, so we can move forward with that, and
What nights are they,
the first and the first and third Wednesdays.
Yep.
Well, it was 6 o'clock. I don't know, are we now 5, Judy? Anyway. Some of us work
So
for a
first
living, but
and what?
anyway.
Needs to be at 6.
First and
Third.
third
Third.
Wednesdays.
So last night.
Yeah, last night,
at 5 o'clock in,
right, yeah, here,
Here or at the,
the,
we've been in the
Conference.
conference room because of the, Ryan's been meeting in Zoom.
oh, yeah.
But he will be down next week in person, I think, because they will be at the League of Cities
Yeah.
and Towns Conference.
I forgot, we've been doing it Zoom with Ryan.
And doing it
Yeah.
through Google Docs,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
worked really well. I think
Yeah.
everybody's not scared of that now, so it worked, the first chapter worked very well.
Yeah, the comments were good, so I think that's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thanks, Dave. Jim, do you have anything?
Yes, we had, airport board on Monday. The board looked at the, proposals for airport planning and engineering that the FAA requires every 5 years. The city puts out to bid for engineering and, planning. Cleve was saying that it used to be that the planning and engineering could be all together in one document. Now, they require 2. So, Parowan City put out a request for statements of qualifications for airport planning services for the Parowan Airport, and also, request for statement of qualifications and experience for airport engineering services for the Parowan City Airport. We talked about, when they needed to come back so that we could look at them and decide as a council which group we're going with. The other thing, Mick Lauer out to the airport, said that the gliders are coming in the 12th of June to the 27th. As of Monday, all of the RV spaces were reserved except for one, and he figured that would be done, reserved before the end of the day on Monday, so, he says that the gliders are really excited to be coming back.
do they have an amount yet, or how many, or,
Pardon?
do they have amounts of people they're looking to?
He said 35 to 40 birds.
Wow.
Something of that nature. They've filed their COVID event template. I'd have to go
And-
back and look at the number of participants. This year's field's kinda a little different. I think he said they only had 2, maybe 3 ships that would need to be towed.
All the rest
How
are,
big has it been in the past?
oh, they've been up 50, 60 maybe.
There's been a lot of ships, but
But like Cleve says, they have met all of the COVID protocols. They're ready to go right now and meet all of the current protocols for events. So they've got their ducks in a row, and they're excited to be coming
Good.
back to Parowan. So
We're excited.
hopefully we take care of the gliders. I don't know if any of you have been out to the airport, but it's coming along really.
Looking good.
There's lots of cleanup going on and lots of upgrades. Lot more traffic, we're selling more fuel, so
All right.
Cool.
things are looking good.
we're not selling it.
No,
Somebody else is
I mean, we're getting the
We get the check.
3 cents a
Your
gallon.
your percentage.
But anyway, things are going pretty good out there, I think. I think Mick's doing a good job and
Yeah, I think so too.
it's coming around.
All right, okay, Dave, thank you. Jim, thank you.
Mayor, I
Yes.
just have something I skipped. Has anybody been getting this, correspondence from Southwest Behavioral Health?
Yeah.
Brianne Veter's been, I know maybe you've been getting it,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
Thank you.
she's, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
We need to.
That's that coalition that we need to,
They were just here,
Yeah.
what, 2 weeks, a month
I,
ago.
I think their signs are up in town right now.
See if we
Yeah,
can
they are.
find-
They've got a display, at the
up here at the gazebo.
gazebo,
Yeah.
right.
But yeah, remember that's that $10,000 that we have to come up
Right.
with,
Mm-hmm.
and they come up with 20 between the various
Matching funds.
matching funds to get a coordinator to
Run the show, yeah.
run the,
The documents just barely came to me today. I have not
Okay.
read through them yet. I
Okay,
apologize. They popped up today, so
okay.
do we,
Do we
I'd
need-
like to read through it.
Do we need to get busy on selecting someone?
No, I wouldn't run out until you look at your documents first.
Right.
Yeah, and would you open it up, or would you?
I don't know. I don't know what their parameters are. I would
Okay.
see, let's see what their,
Okay.
I know it's a memorandum of understanding, but, I don't know how much responsibility falls to us of taking on another part-time employee as opposed to
Okay.
assisting with this. I don't know. I'd
Okay.
like to look at it. I know it was a great program, but,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I'd
say.
really
It
like
looks
to look
like
at
a
it.
great program, and so if it is something we should and can and do within the parameters, we should consider it.
Right.
Can we financially do it?
That's what he's.
that's what we need to look, I'd like to
Look at
see
all
what
of
the,
Yeah.
exactly what the format is, and I will certainly review it.
Yeah, and I think that's kinda what we discussed, was
Yeah.
just finding the money the last time.
And then we can,
Okay. I
bring
just
it
didn't,
back to the council for their discussion.
okay.
Right.
I just didn't know if everybody was getting the correspondence or
I
if it
Yeah.
don't
was
wanna
me
drop
or
it either.
what,
It's either
so-
we
No, I agree.
yes or no.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely, so, I'm glad it came to me today. I was like,
Okay.
I'd completely lost track of it.
One more point of
Just on
inquiry.
that same thing, would you reply to her, say we're still looking at it, still looking at?
I could send that back to her and say, look, I'm sorry, we just got this, I'd like to, I will
Let her know we're still interested, but yet,
Yeah, that we're not
but-
putting them off.
absolutely, I will respond to her.
Just a point of inquiry, Mayor.
Mhm.
When a committee changes their meeting time, can they do that? I mean, planning and zoning wanted to meet, anything from like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever, and I don't know if we really should do that. From
Well, I think
public
it,
interest. I'm not
I think it's set up for 6 o'clock more for the public
That's what I was saying. We
to
shouldn't
be able to
look at
attend those meetings.
personal interest as much as the public's.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because that's something, sometimes public has, well, that's when, a lot of times, public has to attend that.
Right. Yeah, we'll look into changing that
Okay.
back.
They voted to do it at 5.
Okay. All right.
Maybe put that back on and revisit that
Yeah.
on their agenda.
Is there
Yeah, and
a
there's-
reasoning or?
One of the members had a conflict with another meeting that he had to leave early from that meeting to make the other one.
Okay. Yeah, I think that needs to, if at all possible, be moved back to 6 o'clock.
So revisit it, is what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
You bet, thank you. Cleve, do you have anything else?
I do not.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to a closed session. Do we have a closed session tonight? Okay. So do I have a
For
motion?
the highlighted.
I make a motion that we go into closed session to discuss the purchase, exchange, lease of property, the sale of real property, including any form of water rights or water shares.
I second.
All right, Patty?
Roll call, yeah.
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
Dave?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate
We're
it.
excited
Thanks,
about
Mike.
it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Robinson, I shouldn't have said anything. He's not. Yeah, really. That's really kind of a cool idea.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's gonna
You know what's
bring people into
neat
town.
is that
I'm gonna start walking.
Yeah, that,
it can
exactly.
happen.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
like,
it's
hey,
not